By the end of this video, I'm going to explain exactly why your win rate sucks and how to improve your win rate before the next week begins. Or, of course, if you find me on a Monday or Tuesday, I'm gonna help you improve the rest of your week that you found this video. And for those that's wondering who I am Playmaker Way with the playbook. And why do I qualify? Because I'm literally on a 10 plus win streak right now. I went 5-0 last week. The week before that, we went 4-0. Let me show you that. And to see all this stuff, you just hit the first link in the description, join the free Signal, free Telegram. Went 4-0 the week before that. Literally last month, we only lost one trade, giving us a 95% win rate, caught 33,162 pips, right? The month before that, we scroll down, we went 16-1, and to start and end quarter 1 this year, we literally went 44 wins, 5 losses. We took less than freaking 3 losses per month, giving us a 90% win rate January, February, and March combined. Literally everything's dated time to document it, and we go live every day, London session 3 and East 2 on YouTube. And everything I'm about to go over in this video is what I had to learn the hard way and teach myself to go from working 2 jobs, busting my ass 6 days out the week, blowing 30-40K in literally less than a year, trying to figure things out on my own, to now becoming a full-time trader for the past 3 years and helped literally hundreds of thousands of people through my social media become profitable traders, and literally help 400 plus people personally start seeing consistent $500,000, if not more, days. So but make sure to watch to the end of the video, because I'm about to put you on some real game right now. The first thing, right? So I'm going to be telling you what you don't know how to do or what you're doing wrong. That way you can improve it, because that's exactly what I did. Last straw was for me after I blew my last funding, my last personal account. I literally was like, okay, enough's enough. I'm not putting no more money into the markets until I figure this shit out. So what I did was I went into my notes app in my phone and I wrote down everything that I did not know and I needed to figure out. You got to work backwards. And then from there, that's where the success came. So the first thing you do not know is how to read the charts. And the reason why a majority of y'all don't know how to read the charts is because everywhere you see on the internet, you're told there's market makers out to get you, stop loss hunters, bears versus bulls, and most important, that you can't predict or read the markets. That price is just randomly doing things, or is us as buyers and sellers making the markets move. That is not the case at all. Believe it or not, the markets do the same thing every day, every week, every month. And there's literally a rule and script. Price follows literally every single day, every single week, every single month. And I can show you this right here. This was Monday, right? This week. Price did the same move 3 times on one day. And then 2 days later, it did the same move again from the same level, right? And then you see here, this level is being clearly treated as resistance and then turned to support perfectly. And then also back to resistance here perfectly. You cannot tell me that that's random or it's bears and bulls perfectly timing when to enter and exit their positions. That is not the case. So once you understand that you can read the charts, that's when you're gonna start to figure out what the charts are doing. You automatically kill your profits when you go for reversals, counter trend trade, or try to outsmart the markets. What I teach my members and students is not to chase price, but follow the flow of price. As we all know, we do not control the markets. So that's why people try to outsmart or predict the markets. What I'm telling you to do is figure out the direction price is going and go with the flow of price. If you do that, you're literally going to increase your win rate that same week. I'm telling you. Just go with the flow of price. Uptrend, only go for buys. Downtrend, only go for sells. I tell the members and students all the time in Playmaker University, it's very, very, very simple. We try to overcomplicate trading because it looks complicated, but trading is very, very, very simple. Everything showing us buys, only go for buys. Everything showing us sells, only go for sells. And again, I show you this right here. We have clear bullish momentum. So why am I going to try to outsmart price and go for sells when we can see price did more moving up than moving down, right? This is where price started the week at on Monday. So from this level, what did price do more of? Go up, go up, go up, or go down? It did more going up than going down. And then on top of that, when we go into the bigger time frame, we're clearly in an uptrend. So why would you go for sells when price is showing you everything is buy? Okay. The next thing, you are inconsistent. All right. You're inconsistent with the amount you risk. I'm tired of seeing things on the internet. And again, it's not y'all's fault. You just try to trust people that got a bunch of followers or that look credible. But what you'll realize, a lot of these big people, They're not big because they know what they're talking about, right? They're big because they like to throw stuff in your face and show materialistic lifestyle things and not actually teach you how to trade. So you think that because they have all these things that they know how to trade, but that's not the case, as most people know. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm tired of seeing videos telling y'all, oh, if you don't feel confident, risk less, or I feel more confident in this trade, so I'm going to risk more, or I lost the trade, so I'm going to risk less. You need to risk the same amount every single trade. And if you're not comfortable with risking that same amount, then you need to drop the amount you risk, not just for that one trade, but for all trades, the entire week, the entire month. Okay. If you're risking different amounts every single trade, you're not going to see consistent results, and you're going to cancel out your wins with your losses, right? So what I want y'all to do is pause this video right now and go to your trade history. If you see way more red than green or blue, that is an issue, but that's not what we're looking at right now. I want you to pay attention to your wins and your losses. If your losses are constantly canceling out your wins, especially they cancel out 2 or more wins, that is one of these main 3 issues right here. You're either not risking the same amount every single trade, or you're not going for high risk ratio setups. I was just talking to a member student about this in one-on-one sessions. I'm about to give y'all some serious game right now. Other people ain't telling you this shit. If you go for a 1-to-1, that is the dumbest thing you can do with investing, because again, you have to understand what we're doing here. We are going for high probability, high quality setups, and we're investing. So part of investing and what investors do, the reason why they invest is to get a return on their investment. So if I'm doing a 1-to-1 RR, if the trade, as we all know, doesn't always go to the final TP, if it goes halfway, I'm not even making what I risked. Does that sound like a good return on my investment? Versus if I go for 1-to-2 to 1-to-3 minimum, if it goes halfway, I'm at least making what I risked. And if it goes all the way, I'm making double, if not triple what I risked. And when you are constantly making double, if not triple of what you're risking, you'll literally always cancel out your losses. You can literally lose 3 trades and catch a 1-to-3 and be back break even, right? And again, finding 1-to-2 to 1-to-3 RR is just not hard, right? Here's a 1-to-3, here's a 1-to-3, right? Here's a 1-to-3, 1-to-6, right? So it's very, very possible. And you see here, this trade didn't do the full move I was looking for, which would have been a nice 1-to-3, but it went about halfway and at least made what I risked back. So this is why it's so important to never go for 1-to-1s. Never. I don't care what anybody else says. Because again, just because more people say the same thing doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about. We can just go on the internet or look in history, understand that's just because a majority of people or a group of people all saying the same thing doesn't mean that's true. And again, if you just logically think and pull out your calculator, what I said makes a lot of sense, right? So let's go to the next one. You are comparing yourself to others, and this is so important. I used to do this all the time, and it used to hurt my account and not let me be grateful and appreciative of the profits that I was making, right? You have to work with what you got. That's why all my videos, if it's dollar amounts I'm showing or talking about, it's never my profits, it's my students' profits, right? Because what I make doesn't mean you're going to make that. That's why all these people do these clickbaity things, because they're like, oh, I made 10K, 30K today, or I made this amount in 20 minutes. And then you think, oh, that means they know what they're doing. That does not mean you know what you're doing. That's why scalping is so popular. If I put a 5 lot, I can catch 2 pips and make some bread. But if you catch 2 pips, are you going to make a lot of money with your account size? No. That is why it's so important to understand this concept right here, right? We can all take this. That's why in my recaps, I only talk about RR and pips, right? Because if you all take the same trades as me, right? If y'all took the same trade as me right here, we would have all caught the same amount of pips. We would have all caught the same risk to ratio setup, which was this one right here, 1-to-6. But what we made off of this trade is all going to be different, right? Because I might be risking 5%, you might be risking 1%, someone else might be risking 2%, and then on top of that, you might be trading with $1,000 or 5K, right? And I'm trading with something more than that, right? So again, the numbers aren't going to be the exact same. So that's why you have to really understand how to trade. And this is how a lot of people get fucked up, because they don't know how to trade. So they go to people that they think know how to trade, and then when they mislead them with the numbers instead of the actual numbers that are important, they get fucked up, right? Like I'll break down things to a T in my trade breakdowns. I literally call this trade out live. You see, I went live. I literally call this trade out live. The trade literally would go as projected, and someone will still be like, "Oh, but show us your P&L." Like, bro, I just broke down why we was going for buys. I stopped y'all for falling for a fake out, and then the trade literally went as projected. But screw all of that. You still want to watch my pockets, right? So again, you have to understand what you're trying to do here, right? Are you trying to live off how much I'm making, or are you trying to make some money? You get what I'm saying? And this is what causes greed and over leveraging. Because again, you constantly see all these videos. Oh, I made 5K in 20 minutes, 10K in 20 minutes, 30K in 30 minutes, which is all bullshit, by the way, but that's another conversation. So when you see $100 profit, $500 profit, or even $1,000 profit, you're not satisfied because you're like, well, this person I saw on TikTok or Instagram made this much. And so this isn't a lot. But in reality, the amount you made is actually a good amount for what you risked and also your account size. That's why you have to talk percentages, not numbers. But because you see all this stuff online, this is what causes people to over leverage or trade charts or futures that they shouldn't be trading with their account size, because they're trying to chase what they saw on the internet or trying to make bigger profits than they can afford. I get questions all the time. Hey, wait, how can I make $100 a day? How can I make $500 a day? And my first question back is, what's your account size? They'd be like, oh, I got a $200 account. So why are you even asking about how to make $100 a day when you got a $200 account? Why are you asking how to make 5K a month when you got a $1,000 account? Right? So you can't think hypotheticals. You got to stop comparing yourself to others and thinking of all these what ifs and thinking about, all these mythology and fairy tales. You got to worry about what you got. Right? Once you focus on what you got and form a trade plan with that, that is when the money is going to come. Speaking from experience. And that brings us to the next part. You do not have an accurate strategy and trading plan. You need both. I separated them because a lot of people like to separate them, but you need both. So if your win rate is 60% or lower, you need a better strategy. I know some of y'all are not going to like that, but I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear or what you like. That's how y'all keep on getting fucked up. I'm here to tell y'all the reality. Okay? All these videos you see, like I talked about this the other day. I literally saw a video a few months ago, or it was last year. This millionaire trader, right? He's on a podcast and he's bragging about how he's a millionaire with 25% win rate. And of course, like, how long you been trading, man? Well, I've been trading for 7 years. How have you been trading for 7 years and you have not found a way to win more than 25% of your trades? So when they push this, they know what they're doing. Because if you're brand new to trading, you're going to think, oh, I need to only win 25% of my trades. So that is going to limit you from even trying to improve yourself or figure out what you need to learn. And then on top of that, if we don't have all the stuff we're talking about and what we're about to talk about down, a 25% win rate is going to kill your account. Literally. So again, you guys got to stop trying to be mediocre. You got to go for greatness. I've showed y'all, and I tell y'all all the time, it is very possible to get an 80, 70, 80, 90% win rate. Yes, we lose trades every now and then, right? Nothing's going to be 100%, but we do have 100% weeks. But like I said, even last month, we lost a trade. We lost 5 trades quarter one, right? So losses happen, but the reason why we don't lose that many is because we have all the stuff down we're talking about right now. And again, I'm only going for A+ setups, right? I'm tired of seeing things on the internet about A+ setups. If you say A+ setup, that's telling me that you go for C- or F setups. Why the fuck would you do that? Right? It doesn't make any sense. If I'm going to put my hard-earned money on the markets and on the line, I'm only going to go for high probability, high quality setups. And so should you. Okay? You can't just have a strategy but not a trading plan. That is part of the strategy. Right? You can't just know, oh, when this indicator does this, that means go for a buy or sell. But then you're still confused what's happening while you're in the trade. You still don't know how to manage your trade, and you still, don't have a good risk reward ratio, and you still end up unprofitable, right? So you can't just know how to enter a trade. You got to know everything, right? You can't just know how to turn the car keys on. Just because you know how to turn a car on doesn't mean you know how to drive a car, right? Right? It's the same thing with trading. There is no shortcuts. You gotta stop looking for shortcuts. There is no shortcuts. Okay? Saying goes will not understand how to fully read the charts. If you're in trades confused or looking at the charts and have no clue what's going on, that is an issue. Right? I can't tell you how many times I be talking to people or have one-on-one sessions, and they were like, my issue is I keep doing this. Or my issue is I don't understand that. Well, you know what your issue is, so stop avoiding it and figure that shit out. right? It's very, very, very simple. And if you don't understand or know how to figure it out, that's where I come into play. Again, I've helped over 400 plus people personally become profitable with live accounts, past profiting challenges. And what I teach doesn't just work on Forex, it literally works on everything: stocks, options, crypto, indices, futures, literally works on anything with charts. All right. And not only do I give you my strategy, but I teach you all the stuff I've been going over in this list that you don't know how to do. Then I also give you my trading plan. I'm gonna show you at the end. If you're interested, I'm gonna show you at the end. That's not what this video is about. So just watch to the end. I'm gonna tell you all those details later. But let's get back into the video. I'll click those links in the description. You're serious about taking your trading to the next level before this year's over. So the next thing, and this is so important, you are rushing the progress. There is no such thing as overnight success. There is no legal get rich quick scheme. You have to put in the time and effort. Trading is not easy at first. Again, this is very important. Trading is not easy at first, but it becomes easy. Trading is very simple, but at the beginning, it looks complicated, right? Just like driving a car, right? Just like playing an instrument. It might seem complicated, but once you take the time to learn everything, it's very easy. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with trading. Again, people come to trading and act like trading is something that's not from this world, right? People will be like, I'm not going to pay to learn from somebody that knows what they're talking about, but they'll pay thousands of more dollars to a college or to learn a trade or to learn how to play an instrument. But when it comes to making online money or changing or bettering your life, you don't want to use those same concepts when it comes to this. Again, it makes zero sense at all. It makes zero sense. Okay. You have to put in the time and effort. You have to. There's no way around it. Okay. Trading is not easy at first. It becomes easy. Okay. Any skill you want to improve or get good at requires repetition, practice, and effort. Wherever your favorite celebrity, artist, athlete, whoever you look up to, I want you right now, after this video is over, to watch 3 of their interviews. And I guarantee you they all say the same shit. They all say the same shit that it sounds cliche to us, right? They literally say it. This didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of hard work and effort. Blood, sweat, and tears. Sacrifice. Years. You're only seeing right now. They all say the same thing, but for some reason, the majority is still like, blink. Nah, I need to figure this out. I need something that I can learn in one day. That's just not how it works. I'm sorry to tell you that. I can't do 10 push-ups, run out my room, go to the bathroom mirror, take my shirt off, and expect to be ripped, right? Imagine I do that and I punch my mirror upset that I don't have a six-pack and I'm not ripped. That is not how it works. You can't just do something once and expect to have habits instilled and know what you're doing. That's just not how it works. I'm sorry to tell you that. I can't touch a piano one time and think I will sound amazing. Okay? Very important, y'all. So I'm telling you, if you fix all these things and take what I just broke down for y'all are going to see drastic improvement, not just this week, but throughout the month and the rest of the year. Now, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down any questions, comments, concerns down below. If you're interested in joining a community where, again, I teach you everything and more on not just how to read the charts, but a game plan. And not only do I give you the education you need with my trading strategy, but I literally give you daily analysis setups to follow. Make sure to watch this right here. If you're interested in taking your trading to the next level and learning directly from me, join Playmaker University, or I recommend scheduling a one-on-one session where profitable traders and confident traders are made. Not only are you going to get my complete strategy in video format, going over how to read the charts, how to identify my key price levels, those blue and gold lines y'all stay asking me in the comment section, how to enter and exit trades, how to trade news, my scalping strategy, my secret buy and sell limit strategy, trading psychology, how to deal with wins and losses, how to scale into trades, how to never blow your account again, how to double your account every month. But you will also get daily analysis setups for life, student member group chat, daily trade recaps for life, exclusive New York Lives and trading plan Zooms, and y'all gonna get my famous price action technical analysis playbook that works on stocks, forex, options, and crypto. And on top of that, you're going to get the trader's mindset, mastering psychology and risk management playbook that goes over leveraging risk, mastering discipline, how to never blow your account again, learn how to trust yourself while staying cool, calm, and collected. This is what helped one of my students turn $4, as you can see, yes, to $275. That is not Photoshop. You can see he's saying right here, I followed the playbook through a Hail Mary. Shout out for all you do. This is why I always say follow the flow price and not chase price. His last dollars, he was damn near, he basically blew his account. And because he followed my teachings, trusted the playbook, he was able to turn a $4 account to almost $300 account. It's literally that simple, y'all. I made all the mistakes, so you don't have to make the mistakes. Instead, just learn from my mistakes and be successful quicker. So you're interested in learning how to consistently not only grow your accounts, but consistent $500 to $1,000 days, click that first link in the description, watch the free trading crash course. Or if you already know you're ready to get in and lock in with me, click the link to go join Playmaker University or the one-on-one sessions, and I'll see you on the other side. Shout out to the Playmakers, man. Now, Advanced Play Signature, we literally just had a 100% win rate last week, and this is the exact same strategy I teach in the one-on-one sessions and in Playmaker University that averages not just a 90% win rate on a weekly basis, but also on a monthly and quarterly basis as well. You see right here, 16-1, 94% win rate. You see here another 100% win rate on the week. We go to a whole nother month. You see here how we ended Q1 this year, 44-5, giving us a 90% win rate, 17-3 January, 14-1 February, March 13-1. And if we go to how we ended last year, 2024, we literally went 181 wins, 23 losses, averaging an 89% win rate all 12 months combined, averaging less than 2 losses per month. You're not gonna find any other mentorship or signaling service that does stuff like this. And not only do I call accurate signals, but I give you my entry, my SLs, my TPs. I notify you when the TPs get hit. I give y'all updates in the trades, and I drop a New York price watch list showing y'all what price is doing in that trade we're in, as well as what to expect and anticipate going into New York session, as well as other possible sets going into New York session. I go over whether you should look for buys or sells. I go over specific price points and all of that good stuff, y'all. And you'll also get the Advanced Play Signature for completely free when you sign up and apply for one-on-one sessions. One-on-one sessions, I make sure you earn while you learn. So not only do I teach my exact same strategy on a Zoom call on the charts just like this, but you get one session a week. Each session is an hour long, recorded and sent to you the same day. Those recordings are yours to keep for life, y'all. So you definitely get a huge return on investment, as well as you get access to the student member group chat and the Advanced Play Signal room. So be interested in your trading to the next level. You know exactly what to do. Hit those links in the description, y'all. If you want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Instagram, TikTok, or Telegram. I respond to all messages. See y'all in the university, y'all. See y'all in the next video. Peace. We out.